I have a story to share with you. This one comes from the Congo, a folk tale from the Congo passed on to us as a wisdom tale from Heather Forrest. Two young boys, two childhood friends, grew up doing everything together. They swore they would always be friends with one another. In fact, as they grew into adults, they each got their own little piece of property, a little farm, and they built their houses. There was the property line between their farms was just a narrow path, and they built their houses right up close to this path, so that in the evening they could sit down with a nice cool thing to drink on their front porches and have a conversation right across the property line with each other. They visited every evening. They were very good friends. But there was a trickster in the village. There's always a good trickster in a lot of these stories, who thought he would test their friendship. So he made himself a coat. Not the multicolored coat of Joseph, but this was a two-tone coat. It was blue on one side and red on the other side. Now, the colors chosen in this folktale were chosen long before any of us ever heard of blue states and red states. Nevertheless, he thought this would be a good joke to play on these friends. So he walked down that path one day, right when he knew the friends would be out working in their fields, just right across from each other. And he walked right down the path, and they both happened to look up and see this gentleman pass at the same time. And so that evening, they sat on their porch with a nice cool thing to drink, and they were having a conversation, and one friend said to the other, "Did you see that gentleman in the beautiful red coat today?" And his neighbor said, "Well, that was a beautiful coat, but, it was blue." He said, "Oh, no, I saw it. It was red." And he said, "My friend, none of us are that colorblind. I'm colorblind, right? But none of us are that. I can tell the difference between red and blue, right? So it was blue." "Are you calling me stupid? I know what I see. I saw a red coat." "No, it was blue. It was red, blue, red, blue, red." They came down off of their porches. They began shouting it with each other, and then they hit one another, and they began wrestling with one another, and they were rolling in the dirt path. And here comes the trickster, who's watching them wrestle on the ground, standing right before them, and they both look up and they see this person wearing this coat, perfectly divided, blue and red. And then they got angry at the trickster. "Look what you've done. We've been friends all these years. You've made us fight." And the trickster said, "I didn't make you fight. You were both wrong. You were both right. The reason that you got into a fight, that you had an argument, was because you only looked at the coat from your own point of view." Thank you for listening to my story this evening.